Hello and welcome to Comics in the Making. I am Levi, and you are joining me on my journey of creating comics. That's what this is all about. You get to watch me as I make my own comic book series. It's about Bigfoot, and it's called The Big. And right here is the Ashcan mini comic preview, chapter 1. It's a 12 page manga size mini comic. You can call it an Ashcan if you want to. Um, that contains chapter 1 of the first issue. It's available on the Etsy store, which the link is in the description down below. $4 plus whatever taxes or fees may apply to you, wherever you happen to be. We'll get this sent to you in some sort of shipping service. Also, in June, is somewhere around the 16th, I don't know, 16th-ish, I should know, in Charlotte, North Carolina, HeroesCon. You can come see me. I will be there, and I will have the last copies of the mini comic, and then it's all about making the first full-size comic book issue, which I expect to be print ready by the end of summer. Okay? So look for that. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, contained in normal size comic, page count, normal cut size, whatever you want to call it. That will be coming. But this is the mini comic, and it supports me a big way if you grab one of these things, whether it be through Etsy or at the show here in Charlotte next month. Also, a big way to support me, down the link tree, whatever, Patreon. I post pages as I make them in various states of completion. Some things are on my Instagram, but you're going to see like the actual pages. There's a running like comic where all the pages will be inserted, so patrons get to watch that whole thing, see the whole thing as a digital comic as the pages are finished, popped up in there. And eventually it will be the whole series will just page by page by page by page on the Patreon. So if you can support me either by getting a comic, jump on the Patreon. That is so amazing. But it's also amazing if you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment on this video, share it with your friends. I'm just a person making comics, okay? I have this. That's what I got. I have you. That's what I got. So, support if you want to support, those are all the ways you can do it. I thank you for it. I thank you for hanging out. Usually on Comics in the Making, I'll do what I call picks and pulls of the week, with picks being comics that I think are interesting, that may be in my archive, they may be comics I've picked up. Pulls are the comics from my pull bag. Yesterday was Wednesday. Today is Thursday. I have not been in the comic store. I don't have a lot in my pull bag at the moment, to be honest. But there are things I know that are waiting for me that are awesome. I mean, I don't have comics I don't like in my pull bag, but you know they're awesome to me. But I'm weird, and I don't go to the shop on Wednesdays. I'm everywhere, right? So, you know, I make my comics. I like to ride skateboards. I got my Santa Cruz shark shirt. Yeah, sleeveless because it's kind of warm right now, and it's getting warmer, and I like that. I'm down with warm temperatures and all that fun stuff. But trying to reel my mind back in real quick. Just bear with me real quick. Okay, so yeah, I didn't go to the comic shop, so there's no picks and pulls tonight. However, I do have a question from a viewer, which I would love to share with you. Actually, I have a few questions, but I would like to bring this person on the show and have a deeper discussion just about comics as fans. But he asked a question that I think I would like to answer tonight. His name's Jeff, and he's an awesome musician and just all-around cool guy. Excuse me, sorry. A little bit of humanities happening to my physical body. Just bear with me, please. Oh, tonight we're having a Sycamore Double Candy, double IPA. Taking some sips on this 9% Bubba right here. Yep, that's a double IPA. So Jeff asks, since you are handling all aspects of production, is the writing and planning of a story affected by knowing what your own personal strengths and weaknesses are as an artist? That is a pointed question. He continues, or do you write without regard to having pencil and ink it, and just cross those bridges when you come to them? I like that. I like that quite a bit. I would like to hear like the responses of other creators to that question. Maybe Jeff, I'm going to take that and run with it when I talk to other people, either in a formal or informal manner. But in short, yes, absolutely. I'm aware of my strengths and weaknesses as an artist. I know my tendencies. I know my what's going to take me longer. And I don't always shy away from those things, and I do like to challenge myself. And maybe I don't always take advantage of the tools that are available to me in those cases. But yes, when I write the story, well, let me back up. When I write a script. And I've got one here right now. This is as if I was going to hand it off to somebody else to draw. It is page 15. A one-sentence description of what's going to happen in the page. Panel 1. Here's what it looks like. Here's the dialogue. Panel 2. Here's what it looks like. Here's the dialogue. And I'm doing it for myself. That's how I was taught. I am starting to expedite my writing process. I'm starting to, I think, is it here? I just want to, yeah, I don't have it printed out. Anyways, I'm starting to go, hey, here's the page. Here's what you need to show that's the most important. Get there within 3 to 5 panels. Exposing these details, whatever. What happened? What just happened? Hang on. I think in real time. Let's see. And this is not live, but it's just a coincidence. Oh, gosh. It's probably not worth doing. Oh, sold a copy. Oh, I sold a copy. That's so sweet. I love that. Anyways, that's Etsy in action. But I was saying, starting to like, instead of breaking down the panels for the page, I'm saying, here's what needs to happen. Here's the focal point of the page, and it's probably best to break it down between this many panels. I don't know if that's going to work for every single page, but it's a new method just to help me save time because I've got to get there. I'm thumbnailing right now, pages 17 and 18. Got a couple different examples of each that I'm thinking about, and starting to do the roughs on page 18 because I guess I just wanted to do that page more importantly, and so the lighting's weird. Getting really close to that 22 to 24 page count that I'm aiming for an issue. But yes, I am aware of my strengths and weaknesses. And I will cater to them, but I don't want to lean on them that hard. Also for shots that I may not be able to just kind of pull. Well, one of the things, if I can just kind of like segue a little bit. When I was young, even into, getting older, I was under the impression that comic book artists had to know how to draw everything out of their heads. Right? And then I found out, no, I don't know who it was. I read an interview, and like they walk around New York and they take pictures of famous buildings and stuff like that from every angle. They go up and they take pictures of skylines from all directions, different lighting, all that kind of stuff. They had, in those days they would have them developed. Where they go to the library and make photocopies from reference books, and they just put them in what they call morgue files, um, and all kinds of stuff like that. I took classes. I've got to learn how to use periods when I speak. Period. I took classes and we had to, plan out shots, and we had to draw simplistic diagrams of what the shot would look like, and we saw where other artists would take photos of themselves in different poses, and even use like models and action figures and blocks to set up like a room, you know. And so I've started to use those methods to get, if I want like a weird perspective shot, set that stuff up, use an action figure, take a few photos and a little bit different and get the right one, and boom, there it is, light box it, and get the perspective right, and get where the human figure will be in perspective, stuff like that. So it's not just that I do understand my strengths and weaknesses and the things I like to draw and the things I don't like to draw, but it's also like I know, I wouldn't call them shortcuts. I would just say an expanded toolkit in order to get to where I want to be, to render what I want to be on the page. And that's a good question from Jeff. Thank you very much, bud. I know you got a copy of the book, and I hope you love it. I'm 100% sure I'll see you at HeroesCon this year, and I can't wait. And I can't wait to have you on the show, so please hang out for that. So, on that note, that will wrap up this episode of Comics in the Making. That's where we're at the moment. And that is, I'm not good at this video stuff, but we have to do it. We have to do it these days. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being here, listening to my stream of consciousness. Hopefully the show will just get better. If people like Jeff ask me questions, if you hang out and kind of tell me what I'm doing that is enjoyable, the things that I can cut out, hey, I can take criticism. I was in the Marine Corps for 10 years. I know exactly how to take criticism. Let me know. I'll just make the show better. If you don't give a crap about the show, move on. Forget this ever happened. But if you think, hey, this guy might have something, but he needs a tweak, let me know in the comments. Send me a message. Doesn't matter. I would appreciate the feedback. And if you get a copy of the book, once again, let me know. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? I eagerly look forward to all the input that I can get. In the meantime, stay well, stay safe, read comics, make comics, or whatever it is that you're making. And we'll see you next time.